You got Callum, I got Jake.
It's because I start. Oh, ow! That is not as bouncy.
It's firm, isn't it? Yeah. That is going to be the start.
It isn't bouncy. Let me just get my notes out as well.
Are you preps?
I've got like 3 notes.
Well, bearing in mind this is the first episode back, this is just going to be like an easing people in.
Yeah.
But also,
Let's
it's the
ease them
last
in.
time, I think one of the most watched episodes was yours and mine.
Fuck off. No,
I
it
know.
wasn't.
People
no.
were mildly interested in
I
it.
don't think it was. I think the CJB story has like 1,000 views.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that one got shared. Like that one
Yeah.
went around.
Yeah.
But yours
I
did
listened
pretty
to that
well.
one in the car.
But the last time we did this, you were in a very different position. Your life was very different to what.
Was it?
Yeah. I think you were unemployed.
I started watching it yesterday and I was cringing out at my own voice. I
Did
was
you?
like, yeah.
Don't watch this one back then, because you
like-
sound the same.
No. I was like cringing out at like how cringe I was, and also my hair.
The hair wasn't great. The curtains
Nah.
are still pretty.
Nah, this is sick. And I got a beard as well.
If they're just listening to the audio, they'll believe you entirely. If they're on YouTube, they're like, this guy is fucking.
So I got a bit of a beard now if you're on audio. And now let's just transition into.
Do you want to do life update?
We built a gym. Oh.
We're doing that.
oh,
Should we just
oh.
jump to we built a gym?
Yeah.
Well, 'cause, yeah,
no
but
one
you-
cares about our lives. The most
That's why
important
they watch
thing,
this.
the most valuable thing that we can provide in this podcast is like.
Yeah, but we should justify it with like what we've been doing.
Now let's start from you. Okay, you cue us into the gym stuff.
So we built a gym.
No, like way from the beginning, because this has been an idea that was being talked about during the first podcast.
People who listen to this won't realize that, like, so I wanted to do this for like 10 years. And then I was like, this is a stupid idea because 9 out of 10 gyms fail. That would be a bad thing. And building the others' businesses and stuff. And it's like, it would be nice to do blah, blah. And then actually initial context to it that really pushed me in the right direction. I did this thing where I sent out a message to, it was you and a few other people being like, yeah. Do you remember
Yeah,
the
I
thing?
remember this. I remember
And I
this.
was like, I want to know like genuine feedback on myself and also like what piece of advice you would give me. And some people were like, no, thank you, crushing it. And yours was
Lame.
like, do you remember? I
Yeah.
don't remember how you worded yours.
I think, did I compare it to me?
Probably.
Was that okay? So I think my comparison was that like I barely make any money and I still be throwing like an absolute piss ton into my work. And I was like, you actually make loads of money, and
Some
he makes loads of money, and you're like being conservative. And I'm like, this is the time where you need to go in. And I was like, so I was just like, just invest in yourself.
Yeah. And then we spoke about the gym thing a lot, and I was not that convinced. And then we looked at premises for fucking ages. And then we found this place, and you were like, it's a growing area, which became an inside joke. It was said so much.
Because the idea is that this area isn't massive at all, but if you were to pinpoint all the gyms on the map in the UK, there's a pretty big gap where we are. Like a lot of people that go to gyms around here have to drive 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah, literally.
So this is like, despite being a small area, they are putting a shit ton of houses in the area.
Which was our initial
Which was the
justification.
initial
And we
plan.
were like, we're going to have to just get through a
Conquer
couple of
the
years.
area.
Yeah, but like deal with the fact for 2 years, we're probably not going to make it very far.
Yeah.
And then, so we talked about it quite a bit, and then we found this place, and we said like, okay, it makes kind of sense, let's do the thing. And then you headed up the social media, which was always the agreement with like,
Yeah.
because my thing was, if
Way
I'm going
back
to do
when.
this, I wanted my friends involved, so it was going to be Beth helped to sort the lease, you were on social media, Cleo was front of house, me and Rachel would own the thing, would fill everyone else like around it. So should we talk about like how we started the socials?
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
that was
the first thing we did was we went to the beach and we did the fake proposal. Was that Rachel's idea? Was it yours?
mine. I was
Was
really
it?
proud of it. Like, so if you haven't seen it, which fucking everyone did, was like a fake proposal, and it was like, will you open a gym with me? And that did amazingly.
Yeah,
but
because
we
it was
always-
clickbait. It was
Yeah,
such
but
good
we always
clickbait.
approached doing the gym like we did everything else as being like understanding social media of like what people actually give a shit about. If you do the typical stuff with the gym, it's boring, no one's interested, so we made a
Yeah.
bit of a story. Then we did the behind the scenes while we built it. But so it was the
Q&As. We started with Q&As, which was like the really obvious stuff, like how long will it be open?
Yeah.
Like what opening hours? What kind of gym will it be? Like really obvious ones. And then that was when we opened the pre-booking.
Yeah. Well,
around
we
that
did that.
time.
We made a load of fuss about it first because we were like, we're gonna launch something for just this many people. Only 25 people get it. Oh, we did the giveaway first because we wanted following. We wanted to build the account as quickly as we could. So we did the giveaway.
Was follow, like, and all that shit.
Yeah, and that did amazingly well.
What did the winner get?
Like 6 months free membership.
Oh, do you know who got it?
Yeah, and as a woman, she gifted it to her son. He still goes here.
Really?
Yeah, it was really cool.
Damn.
And then so we built the following first, and then it was we'll do the thing, and that it was like 50 spaces that sold out in 17 minutes. And
It was sold out so
but that
quick.
was like, and like 50 memberships is not that big a deal, but at that moment in time, that was the most real it ever felt.
We don't have to talk about right now, but are we allowed to talk about the goal that we had when we started, or are we keeping numbers dead in the water?
Let's see if Rach kills me for it. Let's just do it.
Okay, cool. So the goal was, I can't remember the exact number. I'm stuck between 100 and another 100 right now. So can you just tell me what we thought the goal was?
As in how much money we'd have to make to
Yeah.
cover it. We'd have to make 150,000.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like just to cover. That's before tax and VAT and shit. So it's like we have to make at least 150k to be able to cover our bases to be doing this as a business, and that was around 500 memberships. Like that was it's terrifying. We won't say how many members we have now.
No, that's what I was going to say.
Yes,
yeah.
but we will say we beat that
quicker than we thought as well.
way quicker than we thought. Well, because we opened at like 350.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
Yeah.
we did, which was crazy. And the goal before we opened was like the number we were floating around at that time was like something like 200.
We would have been like 200
Yeah.
would be amazing, 250 would be a push. Then we got to like 300,
Yeah.
350.
And there was like a 5 or 6 day period. I don't know if you guys have ever had like an Instagram post that's gone viral and all you're doing is checking your
Yeah,
phone to
yeah.
see the views go up. We were like on our software all day refreshing. just
Because we all
watching
get
the
an
number.
email that says, dedicated gym, you've just got a new user, this name, and just get that email over and over. I've never
So
been so
many
excited.
times.
That was the best bit by a mile.
And like then all the anxiety about like, oh fuck, like will it be able to work? I knew it would work eventually, but I didn't know it would be able to work this quickly. And like that was the shock.
Yeah, I think the whole time we were like, if we could get there in 6 months, in the first year, we can do it in the first year. Then it was like, we can do it in the first 6 months. And we're like, we are 3 months in, and we've done it. Like,
And I feel like a lot of the spreading awareness at the beginning was definitely to do with the way we treated social media.
the social get that first reel where we did the slipping one, and we're like, right,
Yeah.
day out of Rach, got to do this. We'd find
We're like, we
ideas.
need the locations to show everyone.
Yeah.
So we made like a funny reel, and Callum's idea was like, what if she slips on a banana peel and it cuts to different places
that she's tripping through.
and she goes into the gym? And then we like developing on that, we always had this idea where in certain reels we wanted to show off areas that were around because people would see that.
And because you were local, you were very much like, this place matters.
Barnum
And it's Barnum
Station.
Station. I'll be real. I was like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get why this train station matters. I've never been more. I was like, because I wasn't against it. I was like, I don't get it. Holy shit, was I wrong about that? Because that,
Yeah,
like,
'cause the
everyone was sort of,
Facebook-
I know
yeah,
this place.
the
This is where I
Barnum
am.
Station.
I've been here.
It was such like a caveman logic. It was like people
But
open the
every
ad and they're like,
place-
oh my god, it's Barnum. I know Barnum.
Because
And
every place was like, everywhere she tripped through was Arundel Castle and stuff. And then we
Yeah.
did like things to do in West Sussex. Do you remember that one?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it was like Arundel Castle, dedicated gym, and dedicated, and that,
Dedicated
like
gym.
those reels, they're the best stuff we've done, and that was at the beginning.
Yeah, it's the most effective stuff we've done. And
Yeah.
now I feel like, because we were really deep into opening the gym when there's a cafe next door, and we were going there and finding out that no one knows that we're opening, even the people next door.
Yeah.
And it was at that point that we were like, we need to do more on socials, because we were doing
Yeah.
stuff and we were getting traction and we were getting members, but still no one had heard of us.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing we didn't realize is like, because like 9 out of 10 gyms failing really put me off, and realized that we just weren't playing the right game, and like understanding like, oh, we just need to push way bigger. Because even when we started doing the leaflet drop, and the first thing was like 5,000 leaflets, and being like, 5,000. We didn't have 1,000 followers on Instagram. Being like, okay, we're missing the whole local area.
I want to know how effective something like that was. We should have had like some kind of, when you're signing up, like one of those tip boxes, like how
Yeah, I
did
wish
you
people
find
had brought
us?
it through.
Because then we could then use that in the future.
Which is
for
stuff that
other
you should
things.
do. Like if anyone else is opening a business, you should find out where your people are coming from. Like what media. Did you find us on Instagram,
Yeah.
leaflet drop, or word of mouth?
Because if we just spent however much money on leaflet drop and it got us like 100 people compared to social media, which is free, and got
Yeah.
us like
The rest.
Everyone,
the
yeah.
rest of them. Oh, so my whole thing of like doing the updates, because I wanted to talk about like the building a brand thing, because one of the things we spoke about before being really important was the 3 pinned posts, and like that actually was across all businesses, because this is something you were doing for other people, and was like, I wanted to make a point out, explain why the 3 pinned
the
thing was
3 pin
important.
posts, because it's like a funnel. So we make, you got to think most of your general posting has to be like when you're scrolling on Instagram or TikTok, the stuff that you would actually watch. You're never going to scroll down and be like, and it's an advert for a gym, and you're going to be like, oh, sick, like, and keep
Show me
watching it.
more about this.
Yeah. It needs to be like a relatable, authentic page that you actually watch with like TikToks and reels on it and stuff. And that's like the first part of the funnel, like the top, like that gets people to the page. And the most important part is what they see when they click on the page, which is like your bio and your pinned posts. And our pinned posts are
Look, where to find us. what the parking is.
what the parking is, and a tour of the gym,
And tour of the
which is
gym.
like,
Yeah. Because I think other businesses, like, so for myself, it's like what my coaching is, evidence of it, and then like some form of content that's done the best on my page.
yeah.
And that varies depending on the medium that it was. But those, like the parking explained
Mhm.
and done nicely. But also we weren't just, like the big thing I think is different is we understood what we're doing for socials, but your work is progressed so much over the years that like we were doing like where to find us, but it looked fucking excellent.
Yeah, dude, it was sick.
And even the tour video, it wasn't just like a walk around of the gym. It was filmed with a drone in the gym.
Yeah, that was sick.
So
And
music
we
was
could
so
never
cinematic.
do that again.
No, because it's always got
We
people in
can
it.
never, which
And
is a good thing, but like,
Yeah.
still quite sad. We need to update
filmed,
that.
but we also filmed like I think one of the things that we almost did miss the trick on is we filmed the whole building the gym, but we didn't prep to do that. So we didn't do like before and after. It was like
although
filmed.
we have that footage.
No, but as in like so we didn't
We
film.
didn't do,
the
like,
room
any
being,
reels
Like,
for
the
the-
walkthrough thing.
yeah.
Like we should have done that the first time.
we have like basic pan around shots.
Yeah. At some point we'll reproduce a load of that.
It's just crazy, like how far it's come in such a short amount of time. Like it's actually a joke.
The fact that what's the date today? February the 4th.
Yeah, so that's
So in 7 days we'll have been open for 4 months.
that guy's only got 2 months left on his free membership.
Yeah, I know. But 4 months in, and for context, people don't like. We won't talk too much in the way of numbers, but like, so we have broken the number we needed,
Mhm.
which means that by the end of the year we'll be good. In terms of total profit, again, I won't talk numbers, but by 6 month mark, we've paid off the year.
Which is crazy.
That doesn't happen in new businesses. The community is actually amazing. We are consistent with it. Also, like, I cannot speak highly enough of the team we have. Like,
So
obviously,
good.
you and I have worked together for ages, so we knew we'd work together well.
Yeah.
And obviously, Cleo's my best friend. She's front of house, and we knew we'd work together well. We thought we would.
Mhm.
The other three, who were all new to me, Tom, Tommy, and Hannah.
So insane. Like,
They're
and they all
fucking
bring
brilliant.
like different things to the table. Like
Mm.
Hannah just goes above and beyond for everything, and she's always like eager to like learn and like develop as a person.
Mm.
Tommy does like website design and the
Yeah.
classes and stuff.
But also, like, a great thing is when we're doing the social media stuff, and a lot of it has to be like personality.
yeah,
I met Tommy. He'll have no issue me saying this, and I was like, "Big dude, big."
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I assumed that of him,
Caveman.
which is such a dick thing from me. I just assumed it. Him on socials, he's amazing.
so good.
Like, he's such a good character, and I've grown to truly love Tommy.
and
He's
the
amazing.
dynamics of everyone, like everyone works on camera, which I'm so happy about. Like,
Tom as well, where I was like, I did not expect it of him, and he's actually.
I
he's
thought he'd be like-
He lives locally. He drives here to come shoot some social media stuff off shift, quite frequently.
I don't understand. He seems like the type of guy that'd be like embarrassed to be on camera, but like I don't think there's anything we could ask him to do that he wouldn't.
No,
do.
he's even said that it ends up in his group chats, and he was like, "Yeah, fuck it, it's fine."
There's a video on the page of 500,000 views that is just calling him small.
Yeah, literally, it's 500,000 as well. Oh, fuck's sake. The one of the things this is such a tangent, but because there are things in social media you and I both fully get, we apply really well. There's some stuff you get that I do not, and I don't know why I want to do this conversation. The TikTok thing, like why I can't understand TikTok.
You're doing good on TikTok compared to a
Arse.
lot of people
Yeah,
I know.
but I'm doing arse by comparison. You drop one of your TikToks on trial reels on Instagram and it
Yeah, that's
still blows up.
crazy.
I checked my trial reels, highest view thing ever was like 10K. That was the highest ever. I've posted maybe 200 things to try.
I don't know why my and like I feel like I've got like the kid off Sixth Sense. Like I know which TikToks will do well on trials. And,
And
which ones will
genuinely, if
stink.
you have TikTok, you should follow Jet. What is your TikTok thing?
It's Kendall Film, is it? I mean,
Fucking-
it might
I think
be.
so.
I don't know.
Because even the Tiger Loaf thing you did so well.
Oh, on my personal TikTok. Yeah, my
That was your
personal
personal
TikTok.
as
Yeah,
well.
that
But your
actually-
videography stuff does amazingly. Minus
Every
that
I don't
fucking
know.
monkey of vintage.
The only thing I haven't mastered is like actually showing my work. So my when you're funneling something like for the gym, when you're making a page, you need to make it for the people that you're trying to sell to. My videography stuff always becomes about being for videographers. So I will
Yeah.
never get clients off my TikTok. I will never get clients off my Instagram.
No. Well, this is what coaches do, where
Yeah.
they spend so much time creating content that other coaches will go, oh, I like that too, and be like, yeah, but the athlete's the one that hire you.
You're not selling to coaches.
Yeah.
Well, you are now, and so that content's probably appropriate. But if you're
Now
trying to
it
get
is, yeah.
clients and you're a PT or a coach and you're making it and it's like relatable coach stuff, like that's not
That's the worst thing you can produce because the only people that like it, they're ones who will not hire you.
Yeah.
Like 0% chance. They'll just go, oh yeah, I like that as well because that's what I live like. I'm like, yeah, but you don't pay me.
yeah. If it's like a busy, hardworking mum who just wants to like lose a bit of weight and she like wants a PT, you're never landing on her For You page ever. It's not gonna
Yeah,
happen.
literally, just being like talking what day in the life is like for you. She
For
don't
you,
care.
for a coach, yeah,
No one
she
gives a
does not
shit.
care at all.
But the other stuff you do seem to have a much better idea of because at least making things do well virally. Because that's one of the big things that's been different here is If you and I sit down in that room and we go, well, let's plan some content, we make great content.
Yeah.
I cannot identify what we're actually doing.
What do you mean? What we're doing? What we're doing that other people aren't doing?
Yeah, like because if I'm like, oh yeah, that will do well, and we both agree, there isn't like I know why it will do well.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, because
And
it's like
that's-
you just have to. It's like a sense.
Yeah, it's almost that people, because we spoke about this before, like people have scrolled enough to have seen enough social media to understand it.
If I could say one thing that I think that you've done that's hugely benefited the gym on the social media side is you've been consuming American gym content.
Yeah.
I don't think there's. I don't want to like. I don't look at a lot of gym content, but I don't think there's a gym in the UK that does the content the way that we do it.
I would
Possibly.
pretty comfortably agree because
Yeah.
I see a lot of American gyms do it. I'm just being
Loads.
like, but here, I've seen what other gyms are doing. It's
Yeah.
not the same.
It's not good. It's not good.
It's just not good.
It's not
guys.
great. We won't get into it, but it's not great.
And before I had my bits, what was on your talking points?
Oh yeah, I actually think this is really appropriate for about right now. Oh, someone wants to buy my camera. I once worked with a group of people that criticised what you had, what your niche or what your field was, because they said that the gym and powerlifting has a ceiling and it can only go so far. And while
Yeah.
those people picked a niche or a career or a field with a very high ceiling, I just thought it was very cool to say that while the ceiling is very low for what you're doing, you have like exceeded and like pushed up the ceiling. Like I don't know, not to like really glaze you, but I don't know someone in like powerlifting that has done what you've done
I think the
without a helping hand.
yeah, that's still my favorite thing. The because my parents said the same thing when I wanted to go into coaching. They were like, how much do coaches make? And I was like,
Right, it only
25,
goes so
30K.
yeah.
And they were like, you can, like, you're good at things.
Do
go
something
make a
else.
reel. And I was like, yeah, but you could just make this one better. Like, you can do that. I do think that having worked with a number of other coaches and stuff, I think it's because people who do coaching are like people who do, this might upset someone, of being like, who weren't able to do other jobs, like gym, made gym job. And like, that's not a negative to say you weren't bright, but like you didn't develop skills elsewhere. You really focused on this and being like, if you're actually good at business, it's not hard to make this really successful. Because like the coaching ad we just made about coaching coaches, of being like, it's not about being a salesperson. You're not doing the typical business stuff. You just need to understand how to build a system, be a good coach. Like most people just aren't that fussed about being good at it and being like, yeah, but maybe I'll just sell more. I'm like, yeah, but if you're really good, they'll stay for longer. If you understand LTV, you understand churn, you understand like you like how to get leads through. When we're talking about lead generation and shit, and people being like, yeah, I'll just post a testimonial. I'm like, no one reads it. Like, no one cares.
You need to get them interested and on the page first,
Yeah.
and then they can have a look at
And
that.
like building a personal brand, like this is stuff that was actually on my list of things of being like, that no one, if you go, oh, well, I'm now called Barbell Forever, I mean, like, no one cares. That's not you. And the idea is buying into a person. So like, I think it's, I'm not going to pretend it took a lot of work, but it's not that hard.
Yeah. And how many times have you, including yourself, you find an athlete, whether it be the guys here or yourself, and you've got CJ Barney and you've got Tommy and everyone else, they have like a coaching page or a business page, and that page always has no followers.
And
'cause
every
they're
time it's like,
interested
kill it.
in you.
Yeah.
And you might as well just integrate them and have them be one.
Which is interesting because your main page is called Kendall Film.
It is, yeah, but how many times have I been telling you that I need to change my profile picture to me and not my logo?
Yeah, which
Like,
100% needs to change. You just need a good photo.
I just
for
need a
it.
cold photo.
I think that's because actually that's maybe the thing that plays into here as well is we've been better at understanding that like the face of the thing matters so much. Of like you have to be likable, people have to know it's you. Authentic really fucking matters, and it's the same thing for coaching. But like at the beginning, I intentionally removed myself from the media quite a bit because I'm not as good a character for it. But Rach is fucking amazing. But at the beginning, it was just me and her on a chair chatting about the gym. And then it was Rach doing the ads because she's such a good face for it. And also, if you're ever building a business, people prefer a female face for almost everything.
Yeah.
Really fucking annoying.
Yeah.
I take it really personally.
But it's done great. She's, did 100K on that
Yeah,
Barnum video.
the 100K is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think, thank you. Yeah, it's done pretty well.
Yeah.
It's good.
It has done good.
That's the end of the talk.
I did cut you off while you were about to segue into something else, so feel
What
free
was I
to
going to say?
take it. What's time? Oh, we got those done. I don't know. You were looking at your list, and then you were about to say something, and then I was like, actually, can I speak on that one more time? Also, by the way, social media started as it's a social media platform for humans. It was never made to have like a company
Businesses
be a
and
page
shit on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people are realizing that.
Well, that's because that's the, oh god, because this could be a social media chat forever. Because like the change from the beginning, we spoke about this ages ago where I was like, I want to predict where it's going next. And it has gone exactly where I thought it would
just
go.
more people.
Yeah,
less
whereas
company.
Because initially, so I had Instagram when it started, which makes me feel really old. And like first photos were just me and selfies and a shitty little vignette
With that
you could add
sepia
onto it.
filter,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely dog. And then over time, people did it more and more. Then everyone did it, and so good personality stood out. And then it became more editing, and like we've got good cameras, then we've got good mics,
High quality.
and then it's like the editing got more and more, and then everyone could do that, and so no one cares about that. So it went all the way back,
The other way.
but now it's just good storytelling. Like it's the exact same thing, but like I want to know more about your life.
And now people stand out. That's why I hate when you probably get this on my For You page of videographers. It'd be like someone being like, this is how I got this effect, and they are the most dull personality. And I'm like, you've missed the point as to why the other people did well.
Because it's not about like how often the biggest pages, biggest influencers, they're usually not that bright or not that good at what they do, but they are either funny or really
likeable,
engaging. Yeah, like you just want to see them chat. I'm trying to think of anyone, but without just naming someone, calling them a moron. But
just
yeah, you're not gonna do it. But because like I'm not that good for coaching on it, but there's a girl, I can't remember what she's called, Parmesan something or other. I don't actually know what she's talking about most of the time, but I stop on all her videos.
You've really credited her there.
She,
Parmesan something.
I can't remember what it was. I can't shout her out too much. But I show other people that I'm working with this sort of content where it's like she's put it down on her desk, she sits down and she starts chatting to a camera. It's not edited, there's fuck all going on, it's a phone
No
video.
crazy effects or anything.
Yeah, because it just doesn't work the same way it used to. And people are getting worse and worse at understanding that. So I think, which makes your job more interesting.
It does, yeah. Well, that's the thing is like I'm so obsessed with, because as you know, I've been trying to create like the perfect content for ages, and the past like maybe 2 weeks I've been like, I don't think this shit does well anymore. As much as I want to sell good quality content as my videos, I actually think, why am I ignoring that my TikTok's doing like so well?
This is because Spence started, if you don't know, Spencer does work for me on my CJ Barney page. Weird to say that like it's not my name. But but on that page, he did some stuff that was really edited. And I was like, won't work. It actually did surprisingly well. But I realized it's because because I knew he'd put more into it, I put more time planning the video, so the story was better.
I've been watching those videos, and I don't watch the lifting videos. Yeah. Like the latest one you did about why the guy, like that was actually really interesting, and I'd never watched that.
So the big difference is he's coming to me being like, here's roughly the idea, and then I script out, like obviously I don't stick to a script ever, but it was like, here's the bullet points of what to cover, so he told a story, and then he over edits to help tell the story. But if I just did one of my sit-down ones where I just rattle a thing off...
And he comes up with it after, and it just...
then it doesn't work. So I do think, like, the only difference that I think will make your job harder is people like me need to be better at telling stories.
Yeah.
Because if you said about the gym, and I sat down, did a video, and like, here you go, then you try to edit it.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, there's no story here to work with.
100%. I couldn't agree more, because, like, yeah, you work with some people, and they completely take the reins, and you're like, I'd love to give some input, but I don't really know how to do it and not be...
Because if you went back 6 months to a year ago, people could do the thing that they're trying to do now, which is, I want to make some fitness content, throw it into ChatGPT, here's 30 topics.
I can't stand that. We can all tell when you're doing that, by the way. Anytime you list of 3 something, we know you...
Here's 3 things. You should drink water.
The third one will shock you. Oh, God, you are boring.
And it worked like a year ago, because people were just figuring out how to use ChatGPT for content. But now it is fully at the point of being like, look, we all know that.
We know you're using it.
And you don't exist in this video.
Yeah.
Like, it's just ChatGPT
it's
telling me something.
You're a carcass that's been puppeted by an actual robot. And there's some cool captions and effects that everyone else
exactly. And it's, oh my God, when it's also like edited by AI and then scripted by AI.
The B-roll, like, AI B-roll.
I'm not sure you're real in this video.
It's pointless, and that is the exact opposite of what we're trying to say, is that you sell the person now, you don't sell the
Which
content.
just means, like, if you're actually trying to grow anything, I think it's the same with a business, because like there's 2 guys I work with, you know, this working at their gym, and I was like, you two need to stop PTing and be the face of the business
and
for a bit.
Focus on that.
And they made a couple of bits of content straight away, and I was like, oh my God, it's brilliant. And their following loved it, and it did really well. And I was just like, because it's 2 guys trying to run a gym who are like, oh, I don't really know what we're doing. Do you know how good a story that is?
That's
and how lovable that is?
And you can watch the journey go from A to B. And that's like the beauty of it. That is what will keep people interested.
You know the spinning chair one, where it's like the job description? But they did it just those 2 with every job title that we said about doing before. They did it really well. And it was like, that's all you have to do. But I think creators have gotten really lazy because of all the tools, and now it's all trash.
So many tools. And now it's just how I got this effect, and it's like the most boring AI crap. Just be interesting again, please.
Yeah, and if you're not, actually maybe find a different job.
From us. Yeah, and last thing I'll be honest, not everyone can do this. I don't want to.
Yeah, I think that's the issue, is that everyone could, and now it's like, no, but you have to have a personality.
You have to have it's so crucial that you have.
Because if you can't do this and have a conversation, you probably can't make content.
It is it's pointless. And if your ideas are just 100% coming from other people and ChatGPT, you are actually you're of no part to this. You're just a puppet in your own page.
And none of us will watch it because you're not actually in it.
Interesting at all.
My points were covered. What else did you have? And I'm also like, I feel like we're speed talking because we both know this.
Oh yeah, we haven't got too long. Oh my god, yeah, I got to be quick. It's all sort of stuff. Yeah, it's all stuff that I really cleverly put in without reading the page. So like promoting relatability and performance, scrolling on your own For You page and checking what you're actually going to be watching yourself.
What do you think is the thing that like, so because loads of people in my line of work, this will be the last thing I think is important. Loads of people in my line of work will be like, I'll self-edit my stuff and I can do the thing. And because I have opinions of this, but they don't hire people until they are a bit fucked.
Yeah.
Like, why would you tell someone to work with people like you? Not to say like, this is not a sales pitch of you, but genuinely, what is the reason they should be doing it?
Depends what their content looks like, but it's less about the videography and it's less about the editing and it's just reorganizing how you present yourself online. That's it. That's more important than any of the videography and editing, 100%.
Because I think it's the equivalent of what a coach is to an athlete sometimes. Just like, you know how to program, you know how to lift, blah, blah. It's someone else stepping back and being like, here's the picture we're trying to make. This is the bits we're doing now. You just need to focus on like to show up for these bits.
This is how you sell yourself and how you show yourself off. There's a page that I work for. I do a lot for this building somewhere else. And there's one sub page we have of a restaurant. And all I do is make content for it to check a box. And because there's no staff, the videos, I'm not even kidding, they get like less than 20 views. Because there's no staff, there's no people, there's no, it's just pretty videos of food and stuff.
That's rough.
And it does not, yeah, I don't. We need staff. We need staff. We're working on it.
But no, I do think that it's the other side of that where it's like people wait till they get too busy, then they try to do it. They've not worked with someone long enough. Like if I wanted to record a video with you, we know each other well enough that we could record basically anything and figure it out in a couple of minutes.
And you have to be just as involved as I am.
Yeah, exactly. People can't just hand off that task, which means if they hand it off once they're too busy, it's now impossible to work with.
If you're just reading off a script and then I edit it, that is like recipe for disaster. You have to be as actively.
And then they get mad at videographers being like, it didn't do well, like, because you're useless.
Yeah,
like,
you have to be in this as much as I do. And if you have a small business and you don't want to have your face in front of a camera, actually, like, I'm actually not being rude. Just give up.
and the very last thing is you're going to plug your social media.
Oh yeah. Oh, thank you very much. Kendall at Kendall Film, and then at TikTok. On TikTok, it's at Kendall Film. Oh, that's my least pronunciated bit. Fuck it, it's fine. You're never going to cut it together, are you?
No.
Right, done. That's a wrap. Thank you.